and then going into the triple header on Showtime on the actual broadcast. I'll be the first to admit I wasn't familiar beforehand. Man, am I a fan of Elijah Garcia?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That guy was doing it, man.
Yeah.
He's also 19.
What is that weight? Yeah, what is that weight?
He was at 160.
160, yeah. I couldn't tell if he was 54 or 60.
It was at 60, 19, and his story, they were being this, I wasn't familiar. I was like kind of absorbing all of what they're mentioning, like all these different things about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's 19, he's got 2 kids. He had his first kid at like 16 and married, and he's undefeated, and he went in there against another undefeated fighter, and I had low expectations, to be candid, about the undercard. It was just kind of like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And that was a great way to start it.
Yeah.
All action.
Yeah, great way to start. I mean, just, it really wasn't back and forth it was just a lot of action.
Yeah.
And I think we got that in the co-main too.
For sure.
There's a lot of action in the co-main. This action was much cleaner, I think.
Yeah.
It was more exciting, and obviously the big finish,
Yeah,
hell of a.
When he was funny. I think I loved what I saw from him in the ring. He was pretty funny afterwards with Jim Gray. Like, he asked him if he was going to be ranked in the top whatever in WBC, and Jim Gray was like, "I don't make the rankings."
Yeah,
he seems like a really good kid. He's from Arizona, I believe, and man, he brought it.
Yeah,
and 160 right now is like kind of in a weird spot where it's like some good fighters there, but it's like there's not a ton like really shaking as far as like, I really want to see fighter A and fighter B.
Yeah.
And so I don't know when he'll get to where he's getting.
Hafey, do you know if he's been on Showbox?
That's a good question.
I don't think so. I thought they said that it was his television debut.
I didn't think he was on Showbox, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because it's kind of like that. There's a graduation period that you go through within the Showtime network, and I heard the name. I've seen highlights of him, but I mean, a treat.
Yeah.
At 19 to watch him go toe to toe like that, and be able to.
Wasn't a flawless performance by any means, but I don't think he cares. Like, got a great win.
Yeah.
Again, beat an undefeated fighter.
Yeah.
It was. I came away very impressed. That guy, he can go.
Hell of an introduction.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
To I mean, I really wouldn't say the mainstream, but hell of an introduction.
People turned on the Showtime card. And that was the first guy they saw.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was a hell of an introduction when you don't have Showbox and you don't have the average boxing fan saying, "Oh, well, I can't wait to see him on Showtime." You know what I mean? So the hell of an introduction into that.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see what the way they move him afterwards and see where he ends up.
The one thing I do want to say though is I could tell by the way he moved and the way he threw his punches and things like that. It's kind of like defense isn't really a thought
in for him.
So we need to work on that.
Yeah,
because what you can't have is at 19 getting taken
too many shots, punches
from real men, especially at 160. You know, you could be 25 and you have a lot of grown strength at 25. If he's in the ring with a 25-year-old, imagine if he takes those kind of punches from a 30-year-old, what the everlasting effect could be. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of times you have Showbox, you have an opportunity to get that kind of energy out. That way, when it's your first time on the Showtime series, now you're used to it. So
he was. And that when in the stoppage, like you mentioned, it was an action fight. I was thoroughly entertained, and then all of a sudden it was like, whoa, what the heck?
Yeah,
he hits him with a shot, and he kind of stumbles back, and then all of a sudden he's landing huge flush punches. I'm not sure how I felt about the stoppage. I usually err on the side of that's fine.
Again, it's kind of like when both guys have been taking punch, and same thing in the co-main.
Yeah.
Guys are taking punches. Eventually, that ref begins to look at, okay, I'm looking for a moment.
Yeah.
And I think that at that point, what round was that?
I'm not sure what round that was.
It was
that
the
was it the last round?
Fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 was what came to mind.
Yeah.
It was a great closing sequence. Landed the punches he needed to, and gets the stoppage.
Yeah.
I certainly will be tuned in.
He did fight on the Rivera Martin undercard. I don't know if he was featured on the stream or not, but there you go.
Maybe on the YouTube portion potentially. Yeah, he was he's good though. He certainly has a fan of me. I'll be tuning in.
A little different, just for everyone to know. It's a little different when you when you're being directed by producers now to come get in your stage position, and then now you really got to pick your ring music and things like that. The energy is just a little different, and that's why I kind of brought up showboxes.
Lights get a little brighter.
Yeah, the lights. There you go. There you go.
Especially these lights. So burning the hole in my back.
You're not having a stroke.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second.